Hello everyone, hello everyone on the stream, hello everyone on the highlights, and hello everyone on YouTube, and I am back with Majora's Mask, and I'm sorry so much anyone who was watching just there that just got a free heart attack. I forgot to plug in the audio cable again. I'm very sorry to anyone who just got a bit of a shock there. But yeah, I forgot to turn on the goddamn audio cable. Oh, plug it in, I should say. I very much apologize to everyone. I hope everyone's having a good day. Excuse me. Tell you something awesome that I got though today, guys. When me and Bunny were out for Bunny's birthday yesterday, I got a few new games, but pardon me, I got one game and it totally and utterly sucked. Metal Gear Solid 3 3D on the 3DS. It ran like balls. It really run like shit. I mean, you're talking like 10 FPS at least, and that was with the CPU unlocked. It was absolutely ghastly, like how it ran. Really terrible. So I traded it in today, and I got Star Fox 3D for the 3DS, which runs buttery smooth. And there's more shit going on that. I got something called Front Mission what? Front Mission Evolved. Little mech game I don't know anything about. I've never ever seen it before, but it's a mech game. It was £1. I thought, I'll get it, you know. Got the Darkness 2. If ever anyone remembers me playing the Darkness on here, I said that I've always wanted the sequel. Managed to get that one today. And Destroy All Humans for the Xbox 360. Now, I did not know that Destroy All Humans come to the Xbox 360. I thought it was all OG. I have no idea of how good or bad that game is, but hey, we can go for it together one day. I also got, if anyone remembers, ages ago, I was playing Super Mario Land on the original Game Boy on my Retron 5, and I always said that I had never ever played the sequel to that. Well, today I got it, and it was nice and cheap. It was only like, I think it was like £4 or something like that, and got it super cheap today. I've never played it before, so maybe, I don't know, maybe over the weekend or something like that. Depends how far we get on Majora. And yeah, got some new awesome little games today. There's one thing I love about games when you see them and you either don't know about them or they're retro and everything. There's nothing better than cheap stuff, you know, like that. And I've never ever... Hey Josh, how you doing? I've never played some of those games before. They just looked interesting. I've always wanted the sequel to Super Mario Land on the Game Boy. Never ever got the chance to play it over the years. Managed to get the sequel today. Hey Jiv, how you doing? And I got Star Fox 3D, which it just that wow. I mean, I still love the N64 Star Fox and everything, but holy cow, does it look great on the 3DS. It looks so good. Like, they really did well with that. Knackered, man. Still fucking knackered. Still knackered, but I'm doing okay. Like I said, I got some awesome gaming gets today. Got some awesome little gaming gets. Front Mission Evolved, The Darkness 2, Destroy All Humans for the Xbox 360, which I did not know that they came out on the 360. I think it's like a sequel or something, but I didn't know about it. I got Star Fox 3D and Super Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins. Never played that sequel before. Always wanted to. Got them all on the cheap today. Like, Star Fox 3D cost me £8. 8 fucking quid. I just couldn't believe it. So fucking cheap. It's nice to add to the collection as well. But yeah, I've always wanted to play the sequel of that, of Super Mario Land on the Game Boy. Never ever got to do it over the years. Never got to do it. Yeah, I've heard so many good things about it, and I've never ever played it. Never ever in my life have I played it. And now I've got the opportunity to play it. I think if I can get on this weekend, because I've got a hospital appointment coming up. I've got a hospital appointment coming up. I'll see if I can be on. And if so, I might actually give it a go. Yeah, I've never seen it before. I've never ever seen it Jiv before, but it was like £1. £1, and I thought, sod it, I'll give it a go. You know, for £1. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? £1. And I was just like, let's have a go. The cover looked interesting. I was like, oh, it's a mech game. I've never heard of it before. And I was like, let's give it a go. It might be utter crap for all I know, but for £1, I don't give a fuck. You know? But yeah, all good shit. So if you get a heart attack again, let's get back into Majora's Mask, because if I remember correctly, we was... oh shit, are the motion controls on? Oh, please don't tell me the motion controls are on. They are strategy RPGs. Oh, I don't know. I don't mind some strategy games. Turn-based or real-time? It might be good. This is the thing, right? I didn't expect, right, one of the RPGs that I've gotten into recently... How can't I pause this fucking game? One of the RPGs that I've gotten into was Chrono Trigger. And I usually don't like RPGs, so who knows? It might be a good one. It might get me into it. I'm willing to take a chance if it's like £1, you know. Oh, okay, that didn't work. I like Shining... Oh, no, I didn't mind Shining Force back in the day. Yeah, I did not mind, Shining Force. I remember playing Shining Force 3, I think it was, on the Sega Saturn, years ago. No, I didn't mind that then. I used to really like it on the Sega Saturn. Fucking glasses are dirty. Yes, it is a mech shooter. I remember saying it was like third-person mech shooter. I don't mind if it's a strategy mech or if it's a mech shooter. I'll be fine with that. It might be good though. It might be fun. I don't know. I don't mind seeing some of these games. Oh shit. I just had a thought. Oh shit, what was the code? What was the code? Shit, what was the code? Oh, fuck.
Whoops, am I lost?
Oh, fuck, I might actually have to go and look at my old highlight because I can't remember the code. Oh, balls. Balls and balls. Of the first day. I don't know the fact it doesn't let you pause, though. Dog. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna have to go back into my old highlight and see what the code was. Oh my fucking god. Give me just a second, guys. Because I can't believe this. Can't fucking believe it. I'm a dumbass. Right. Give me just a second, everyone. Poor Twitch. Probably just like leave me the fuck out of this. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. Is it 5, 1, 2, 3, 4? Hold on. Must have been. I'm just literally looking at the video right now. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's really cool, Jiv. As if it even lets me in. Hey, there we go. Because I've got to get the tier for the guy. Oh shit. You know what though, since trying out the VR headset with, you know, with the phone one that I was talking about, I must admit, I am impressed. And I'm just glad, right? Like a year or two ago, I couldn't see the point in VR. Honestly, a year or two, could not see the point in VR. I didn't, because of the fact what annoyed me with VR, it was the same thing that they did with the Move controller and like Kinect and everything. They tried to, you know, just have normal games. Like the one that I could not get as well was something like Fox's Tale. I know, what's it called? Fox's Tale or Fox's Adventure? Where basically it was a 3D platform where you moved your head around. And I was just like, but that's... Yes, that's great at first. That's great at first. But... eventually you're just going to end up just looking at it straight on normal and everything. But I'm glad that people haven't given up on it. They haven't given up on it. And Sony seems to be supporting VR more, and then, you know, at least I hope. Sony are supporting it. Oculus hasn't given up, and I'm just like, cool, you know. I'm really hoping, like more and more software comes out for it. You know what would be really cool though in VR? And I know this sounds really crazy. I would love there to be a trauma center game in VR. I think that would be fantastic, because I've already seen Surgeon Simulator in VR, and that looks really cool. But a trauma center or something like that in VR, that would be really cool. But I honestly am glad that there's more software coming out in mind with VR, rather than just trying to make games that are already out just compatible with VR. This music equals goat? Okay, Jim. I've never seen it being called goat before. Greatest of all time. Okay, I get it now. And please do forgive me, guys. I've had to remember so many fucking, so many things like that recently. Palms, pop, blah, 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 all this security crap. Honestly, I'm not surprised maybe one or two have gone out. Oh no, haven't I got to talk to the scarecrow? Gotta go talk to the scarecrow. You know who is also like that? What are they fucking called? Scarling. Joyful Melancholy. That one. And he's gone. Like there's two bands that come to mind when I see that Joyful and Melancholic. I think that's how you say it. It's definitely Scarling and Typo Negative. One of my favorite all-time songs is well, songs I should say, favorite songs. Ode to Britain, Stable to the Mattress. Ode to Britain and September Sun by Typo Negative. Stable to the Mattress, I think that's Jack Off Jill. Can't remember which one is Jack Off Jill or Scarling. But Scarling's Can't. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful songs, but if you listen to them in the wrong mood, they are very melancholic. They can, you know, bring some really bad memories back. Oh, thank God. Right, motion controls are off. I don't know what to do now. What songs do you think are like that, everyone? What are your favourite songs? That are both joyful and melancholic at the same time. Okay, I must admit that does look really cool in VR. But the guy looks like he's got a wonky head or something. Like it's like he's doing that all the damn time. Yeah, Radiohead stuff to me. Radiohead stuff can be good to me. It can, but a lot of it, I don't know. The guy sounds like he's whining all the time. It sounds like he's half asleep when he records his music. Maybe that's the point. Maybe that's the feel that they're going for, is like half asleep, but I don't know. No, even when he's walking, it's like the head slanted. I know that that's not the person's fault. That can be a typical thing with VR tracking and all that. I'm glad that they seem to have gotten past that motion sickness stuff as well with VR. I'm kind of confused on what to do now. Oh my god. Oh! Yeah, apparently that's at the end of Majora's Mask. I don't know what the hell that means. Apparently that's at the end of Majora's Mask, but hey. Tell you one thing I do remember from this game, they're the fucking Get Wrecked turtles. Get wrecked. The fucking time. Get wrecked. Get wrecked. Those fucking Get Wrecked turtles, dude. Honestly though, I expected this to look a lot worse. It just amazes me that there isn't anything like this, like, officially. I would have liked this, something like an app like this. I bet Nintendo could probably do this better. But an app which sends the signal directly to the Nintendo Switch. I would love that if they fucking did that. I would absolutely love that. It's the only reason why I've got CFW on my DS. Literally is for this feature. Honestly, I can't give a flying toss when it comes to piracy. I don't soft mod my stuff for fucking piracy. I honestly wish there was more things like this. Like, for the 3DS and the Switch. That would be absolutely fantastic. More or less, yeah, sort of, yeah. But basically, what this is something called Snicker Stream. This one. There's another one as well called Kit Kat, I believe. With the CFW, the custom firmware that you can install on a 3DS, you can start up something called NTR CFW, and you can run an app on your PC, which is what I'm running right now, which will Wi-Fi stream the screens, or one screen, or the top screen, or the bottom screen of your DS. And that's how this is possible. Because I cannot afford the HDMI 3DS mod. It is too expensive. Far too expensive for me to have to get the HDMI mod. But I would love there to be a way for the same thing to happen, but I'm transmitting this screen to the Nintendo Switch and running my games through that. Yeah, like the PS Remote. I mean, this certainly shows it's possible. And maybe with some tweaking and everything to software, it could probably run a hell of a lot more better and sharper. To me, I would love it. I would literally, if they introduced that feature, I would go straight back to normal firmware and everything. I'll go straight back to normal firmware and just run my DS like normal. I wouldn't need it for anything else, because it's the only thing that I have the custom firmware for. I mean, yes, you can do other things for it, like every other custom firmware, but I'm really not interested. I just wanted this. The ability to play these games on a big screen and to stream it, so... I don't know what to do. Well, Wi-Fi broadcasting for the Switch? I don't think so. But that's what I mean. If there's going to be no virtual console for the Switch, right? At least let me do this on my Switch, like with the 3DS and the Switch. At least let me do that. That would be really nice. I'm so confused. I don't know where to go. I've got to learn a song or something? That might very well be the case. Oh, yes. Yeah, I know that you can do that with a Switch. I know you can do that with a Switch, Jiv. I mean, like, I would like, this Wi-Fi broadcasting that I'm doing right now. I would love to be able to do that for the 3DS to the Switch and then have the Switch put that on the big screen. I would fucking love that. They actually are. They've just released a new firmware update for it. Literally the other day, Jiv. They are still supporting it. They really are. Which is nice, actually. I'm really happy that they are. They're not just, I mean, Jesus Christ, I didn't know this, but apparently very soon, if it's not happened already, apparently, like, there was still Netflix support for the fucking Nintendo Wii. I couldn't believe that. I was like, what the fuck? I thought that ended years ago. Like, years and years ago. You got it, you got it. And listen to me. Please play this song that I'm about to perform and remember it well. Oh. It keeps bugging me to update it as well. Update your firmware? Nope. So please give me that which you promised me. Don't tell me. My mask. You did get it back, didn't you? Ooh, evil face. He really has got that evil Steve Buscemi face. He really has. If you leave my mask out there, something terrible will happen. that was stolen from me. It's called Majora's Mask. Okay. In hexing rituals from all the goths back in 2002. But I feel it in my pants. I went to great lengths to get that legendary mask when I finally had it. Oh my god, he looks like he's taking a shit. Like a really straining shit. Since the doom of the Dark Omen Brewing, it was that unwelcome feeling that makes your hair stand on end. And now that imp has it. I'm begging you, you must get that mask back quickly or something horrible will happen. Yes, Jiv. Pardon you. I'm begging you, you must do it. Hell, extreme close up. Really? You'll do it for me? I was certain you would tell me that. Oh my, I nearly forgot. While you were gone, I found one of these. It appears to be one of those fancy notebooks the local banks carry. That would have been perfect, Josh, if he was still writhing around. I've got the Bomber's Notebook. It allows you to keep track of the events and people's schedules. Press start to read it. Oh, cool. Check them out in your notebook. Now on events you see and people's schedules will be added to your notebook automatically. Hopefully you'll find it useful. I don't remember this in the N64 version. Do you think that they actually added it? Or you have no trouble.
I don't need you, tutorial dolphin.
You'll be fine. Surely you can do it. Believe in your strengths. Believe. I need a fucking drink. Right. That mask. Skull Kid uses the power of that mask to do these terrible things. Or whatever it takes, we gotta do something about it. Swamp, mountains, ocean, and canyon. That Terrell was trying to tell us about. I bet he was referring to the 4 areas just outside of town. Blah, 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 right. I have no idea. He always skips important stuff. I guess we should go and find out. If we go through that gate straight ahead, we'll be heading to the direction of the swamp. In the direction of the fucking Get Wrecked turtles. Dog. Get that dog. Come here. Fucking dog. Have I got my gear? Hold on. I do. Yeah. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Can't allow a child like you to a sword? My apologies, sir. I was wrong of me to treat you like a child. Okay. Get out the fucking way, then. Ooh, I didn't save. Oh, fuck it. I'll find a safe spot. Yeah, I won't be on tomorrow, I think, with the streaming, and I don't know about Friday, and there's a bloody good reason for that, because I'm most likely going to be at the hospital. Colonoscopy, Jiv. Colonoscopy, which means the day before you go for a colonoscopy, which will be tomorrow for me, you've got to clear yourself out. And they give you some pretty powerful stuff to make sure that you are 100% clear. So I'm not going to be able to sit on the stream. And on Friday, because I know the procedure it's not long, but it's quite uncomfortable. So yeah, basically, they didn't even want to do it. They're just doing it as a precaution, really. In fact, that's one of the only areas that I have not been checked. Come on, that's dick and balls right there. Look at that. Well, thanks, dude. It's okay. Like, honestly, if I had anything super serious, right, one, they would have already known, right? Because I've talked to the guy quite extensively, and they're doing it as a precaution. And two, like, I would have already told you guys, I wouldn't have held back about any information like that. In fact, they didn't want to do it. But I actually insisted on them doing it. So, you know, I'm kind of making a roll for my own back. But I'd rather insist, get it done, and make sure that everything's okay. And, you know, I'd rather have the all clear than that, oh, there's no point, you know. And it's only the procedure itself, I think, only lasts about 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. But I'd rather have it done. Dawn of the second day. But thank you very much, though. I do appreciate it and everything. I'll be all right. I want to say I'll be fine. Well, at least they can, you know, actually finally examine if I truly do have my head up my ass. Which we all know is true. God damn it. Okay. Oh, but you know what? Talking of Death Stranding, right? I appreciate it, and it is, like, you can tell this is a project that Kojima has wanted to do for some fucking time. But for God's sake, I wish we knew a little bit more about it. I honestly wish that we knew a little bit more about Death Stranding, because it's driving me fucking crazy now. I'm not expecting it to be like Metal Gear Solid though. I'm not gonna go in there with that preconception it's gonna be like a whole new Metal Gear Solid, because I can guarantee you the day of fucking release there's gonna be so many people turning around going,
It's not like Metal Gear Solid, but it's still good. I'm a fucking game journalist.
I can tell you right now that's gonna fucking happen. But personally, whatever it is, I really do hope that it's good. Because I think Kojima needs to do this. Is actually a great reboot of Paperboy. Oh my god. Norman Reedus is Paperboy. That would be fucking hilarious. Oh, that would be so fucking funny. I want to see that now. Just that at this fucking point though, I'm expecting the next trailer or any hint of whatever the game is meant to be about to be told entirely through smell at this point. That is, at this point, Kojima could just fart and everyone will be happy, you know? But I really hope that he's not sacrificing his marriage again. The first Kojima Smell-O-Vision game, that would be brilliant. No, I really do hope, though, that Kojima isn't, you know, sacrificing his fucking marriage again. Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck. Where the fuck is the swamp area?
Get wrecked.
Oh, I remember this. Tia and I drew this with the Skull Kid when we first met him. Told us that he had been fighting with his friends and they had left him all alone. Aww. Cute. Oh, cute. Backyard. Sure, it was because he was always playing tricks, so nobody wanted to play with him. But to do what he did just because of that. It was the mask. Once he got his power. Just run at the little fairies with a water gun. Oh, that would be fucking funny. So I just needed to have a quick vapor there. Oh, wouldn't that be so great if at the beginning of Ocarina of Time you could just get rid of Navi by shooting her with a water gun. Tingle! Shit, I ain't got no rupees, so that's useless. Honestly, isn't that moon like nightmare fuel inducing right there? Jesus Christ. Ah, the southern swamp. not douchebag Al. We have in this poisoned swamp. If you dare not venture further, I shall pass down Dutch. Blah, blah, I cannot speak. It is better that you retreat until you are ready to return. The swamp you are in has lost its guardian deity, but was destined to fade away. And that destiny is not solely limited to this swamp. If you have the courage and determination to proceed in the face of destiny, then I shall teach you something useful. Stone statue. Oh, blah 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 blah. In other words, to have fast travel. Love. Song of Song, as he swoops up, blah 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 blah. It was a baby. I'm waiting for the get wrecked turtles though. I really am. I'm waiting for those fuckers. So, first time at the swamp? In that case, try our famous boat cruise. It's a loop of the swamp by the Deku place. He's a douchebag. That's all you need to know, Jiv. You know what I saw last night, and I couldn't believe it existed? Max Payne on the Game Boy Advance. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't even know about that. No shit. And the thing is that the way that they done it with the perspective and everything, it actually looks pretty good. Here is me with my heavily pixelated Tingle son. I had no idea that it was available for the Game Boy Advance. Magic Hag. Okay. Yeah, I had no idea. No fucking idea that that existed. Yeah, and it looked pretty damn good actually, pretty impressive for its time. And the fact that it had speech as well. I was like, what the fuck? I got stick. I got no bottle, but I got stick. Yeah, it looks really good from what I saw of it. I've not played it. I wonder if there's a Game Boy Advance emulator for the 3DS. I wonder if there actually is. Because I actually do have a few 3DS Game Boy Advance games and shit I'd like to emulate, if it's at all possible. Oh yeah, that's a given. That's a given, Shiv. I also have my Retron 5 if I want to play my carts. I was thinking more for my 3DS. I was wondering if there probably is. There probably is one for the 3DS. It can play them. I know that they're available in the stores. There was someone that has made Doki Doki Literature Club available on the 3DS. Shamefully it crashes, so hopefully there's an update for that. But I'm pretty damn sure that there will be an emulator or something. Which is cool, because I would like to, you know, have my Game Boy collection and everything all with me. Oh no. The Get Recto! Get wrecked. Did you need me for something? Could you by chance be a boat cruise person? Unfortunately, but Kiyomi is missing. Help me look for her.
Get wrecked. Get wrecked.
Yeah, I've missed the monkey. Who's the monkey? The monkey is his uncle? I got her! GPD win 2. Hold on a minute. GP. Oh, I've seen those about, yeah. Oh. Well, I get hiccups. I've seen those about. It's amazing now that we're at. Does that actually play Grand Theft Auto 5? No way. 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabyte SSD. No way. No way. It can handle fucking GTA 5? Then again, yeah, on something. Oh, it's amazing. Like, that's really cool. Yeah, 4 core 2.60. Yeah, that could handle it all. Oh, that's so cool. That's insane. Like, we're at that point now with like mini PCs and so on. That's incredible. Honestly, these game companies have got to start building official emulators, like with like shops, like marketplaces for these little handhelds. That's incredible. Honestly, I didn't know about that one. The fact that can handle GTA 5. Well, then again, the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 could, so. I remember, I think it was Josh that told me about that one, that it's going to be like a super insane PC handheld. It's insane how far we are coming with like the technology in that way, in that regard. How what it can handle in such a small little box. That's amazing, though. I know it's all like, well, yeah. I just find that sort of shit fascinating of how far we've come. Get wrecked. Because I think what this little 2DS XL can what? Oh, what the fuck? This little 2DS XL does what? 240p or something like that. And everything. What we got the Switch that does 720. And now we've got these little mini computers that can do GTA 5. Fucking insane. We've got mobile phones now, which are more powerful than computers in the early thousands. It's great. It's fucking awesome. What the fuck happened there?
You can keep the bottle.
I feel the energy flow. She's on cocaine. She's on cocaine. See, right up her fucking nose. So on tour guide, I'll run the boat cruise, so come if you want a free ride. Okay. Honestly, like, these companies better get on the fact that these little handhelds are getting super powerful. So, like, I want them to build. Whoops. I want them to build official emulators with market storefronts and everything. If anything, just for the older consoles and everything, like earlier, first gen 3D titles and stuff like that, they could do that and they'd make a fucking mint. They would seriously make a fucking mint out of that. Hell, companies now are starting to build their own storefronts, so why the fuck not? But what's the best way to eliminate piracy? To build a better service than piracy? Manicam, our potions work very well, they do. Can you tell me all about it? Did you take the boat cruise yet? Speak to the hag, nice. I have some fragrant mushrooms. I'll brew more and, yeah. I don't have any. I don't want to give you any, you old hag. It's tough getting old. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think probably up to a certain extent. Like, say, what? The Nintendo Wii has gone legacy now? Say, imagine if you could have all of those games emulate whenever you want, or like an emulator that reads off of your disc, or a USB cartridge interface, something like that. I think it could be done. I mean, things like the Retron 5 do show that it can work, and a marketplace. And imagine if you had it right with one of these handhelds that you signed in, and you know, if you bought it off of the marketplace, you can have it with you anywhere at any time. That would be fucking cool. Be a lot more better than piracy and everything. I'm not saying the latest systems have to be on there, but definitely I would say for like first gens and things like that. What the fuck am I doing? I've gone the wrong way. I have gone the wrong way. Or have I? Can't remember. No, I've gone. I'm good. I had a brain fart there. Jesus. But just think, then loads of people can make all their YouTube videos about it. That, you know, if a game suddenly becomes popular again, they have a means of, you know, making money off of it. If that's the name of the game, is just money, money, money. That would be the best way to go about it. I mean, just look at things like Shenmue. Like Shenmue and AVGN. Jesus Christ, he was like one of the forefathers that made the retro boom happen. Imagine how much money they could fucking make. That would be incredible. At least to my eyes. Hell, they could probably do affiliate links. That would be cool. And follow this link to buy it on your PC, or follow this link to buy it for your Switch. That'd be fucking awesome. But that's me living in a dream world, I know. I know it's like me living in a dream world, but... Well, there's only one thing I've got to say about that, Ice Willow. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Witch, oh witch, the wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. Oh, it couldn't have happened to a finer person. Honestly, boot the lot of them out. Like, right, anyone politically or whatever, especially in the UK, hasn't it felt like the past 8 to 10 years has been like purgatory? Seriously, hasn't it felt like fucking purgatory in the UK since they've come in? I mean, how many times have we been to the ballots? How many times has the leadership changed? How many people have literally quit within days? Strong and stable. Oh, honestly, there was a meme, and it was beautiful for the people having a go at children for believing in Santa Claus. Don't worry about it. There are still adults that believe in the conservatives. I was like, fuck. Oh, perfect. Honestly, she knows. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. So has it actually happened then? Or is it still being decided? My thoughts on it? Ditch the bitch. Honestly, it just feels like the past decade has either been A, an embarrassment. Like in the UK, it's been either A, an embarrassment, or B, purgatory. I've never, honestly, like they came in and they were like, yeah, it's all the poor, but yeah, yes, all of that recession and everything. Oh, it was the poor people. Oh yes, the poor people which have no money and no power and everything. Oh, it was the poor. It was all those disabled people that did it. Ugh, I should have known. I should have known, you know. Should have known with my old crippled ass that I was, you know, That's the reason why I'm disabled, you see. Because I'm balancing the whole entire of the UK's economy on my shoulders 24/7. Oh, it's all my fault. I'm sorry, everyone. If I would have known. It's nothing to do with those millionaires and billionaires that wasted away for fucking years and everything. It's me. Oh, if I'd have known. Sorry, everyone. It's my fault. Fuck them. Seriously. Jesus. Load of shit. And no, I'm not. I mean, yes, I like what Labour is offering and everything like that, and Jeremy Corbyn. And I'm sorry, but I'm kind of like, put your money where your mouth is, and he seems to be doing that. But believe it or not, I'm not gonna be like, yes, I'm a Corbynite or anything like that. I'm just like, I go by what I see, and believe it or not, right? Sorry, this is the only time I'm going to allow a bit of politicalness, right now, right? I will be honest with you. Alright, at my age, at my fucking age, I don't know anything else like apart from being in the EU, right? That's the thing. I grew up when this country was in the EU, so I've grown up in that environment. I don't know anything else from it, but I know all of the benefits and everything that we get from it. So I was like, okay, at the moment, I am like, Remain. Why should I vote Leave? You know, I was fully open to the idea. I thought, oh, well, but I remember from, like, you know, history and everything, we used to have coal and steel and our own car industry and trade and docks and God knows what else. I was like, okay, so are we going to open anything like that up again? Are we going to do this? Are we going to do that? You know, stuff that I will probably have no use of in my life, no matter what, right? Because I was like, this is way beyond me. This is way beyond me. Not the fact of, like, I'm dumb or whatever, but, like, the implications. I was like, okay, so what are we going to do? And there was nothing. And I was just like, okay, we're meant to be going to the voting very soon. But I'm still willing to change my mind on this. I wanted to be more informed about it. You know, I was just like, okay, so what was better before? I couldn't get much answer. I even on the course that I was on, just literally the other day, I was asking some people, and they were like twice my age and everything, and I was just like, what was better, you know, about, I wanted to know from them, and they were just like, oh, well, we had the shilling and everything, and I was like, okay, so we had some older currency, what was better? And I'm just like, I couldn't get no answer, and I was just like, no, I'm not like gonna be political and tell you what to do or whatever. I was just like, I want to be a little bit more informed here. I want to know what the other side is. You know, I don't always believe that the grass is greener on the other side. I'm like, you know, what makes it greener for me? And I was just like, okay, I want to know. Like, what will be better off? I mean, is this going to happen overnight? Is this going to happen in a couple of months? Is this going to take a couple of decades to get in? Like, my vote now will not actually have any effect until 30 years later on in my life, where basically I'll be lucky if I can raise a smile, if anything else, you know? I was just like, but there was no palpable change. There was no real alternative. And the worst thing is that the people that were meant to be the tip of the spear of all of this voted to remain. And I was like, but you were the guys that wanted this to happen. Yet you voted remain. So I'm supposed to vote leave when the actual people that want the deal want to remain. I'm sorry, but what does that say to the common person? I'm just like, all that was said at the time was immigration, 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 and I was just like, okay, but there's more things in life than just immigration. Like, what else is there on the table? Please convince me. Because I didn't want to make the wrong vote, you know what I mean? That sort of stuff is, can play quite heavy on you. And I was like, okay, so what's the difference? I know the benefits of remaining. What's the benefits of leaving? And there just was nothing. There was absolutely nothing. Apart from a bus and, oh, we might get a blue passport and a new 50p. I'm just like, that's great. Am I even going to be using that 50p in 10 years' time? Are we going to come up with a new currency? I didn't know. No, and still nothing's really said. I mean, I know that we can do trade. Yes, believe it or not, Jiv, there was a graph that was released that showed if everyone who was under 35 or 36 and younger, what the votes would have looked like if it was just 36 and under, and it was practically all red throughout the country. And to be honest, I don't blame people. I honestly don't, because over this past decade, it's been either purgatory, there's been wage stagnation, the worst taxes, there's been no fucking changes in that way. In fact, like health and like critical things have gone up the shitter. I mean, you're not just talking like I don't know, speed humps that should have been there. You're talking critical elements of health and safety and things like that. And I got to learn a little bit more about that on this course that I was just on, because it actually, believe it or not, a lot of people think like health and safety is things like, the stupid articles that they came out with at the time was wearing goggles for playing conkers. Now, for people that don't know, right, what conkers is a very, I don't know if it's anywhere else in the world, but it's a tradition here in England to get a bit of string and put a conker on the end of it, which is like a tree seed or something like that, and to hit the other person's conker and try and make it break. Now, it was like this massive thing of health and safety that basically it was like, oh no, you can't play conkers anymore. Now, it was one school. It was one school that did that, right? And it wasn't even the law or anything. It was just one school that recommended it. But it blew up into this whole health and safety thing. Do you know how health and safety actually got started? And I was actually taught about the history of this, right? The health and safety in England got started around like the 60s and 70s when England used to dig up a lot of coal and everything. And basically, nearly 100 children got buried underneath a shitload of coal. And that's when they brought in the Health and Safety Act, because there was no regulatory bodies or anything like that to have health and safety to tell these kids or anything to get off these sites, because they always used to run around them, but they got buried. And that's what I mean. These things are here for a reason. Like, a lot of people think of health and safety as like the fun police and everything. Well, yeah, but my point is, dude, is that things like health and safety, as much as it is a pain in the fucking ass, and believe me, it is a pain in the ass, and there is a lot of stupid shit in there, but you know, in the back of a game console manual, where it will be like It's like, my console will not turn on. Have you plugged it into the wall? You will not believe. I even knew someone. I didn't believe it, right? Didn't believe it for myself until I knew some people, I should say, that worked in the old Xbox hotline, if you remember that. And the amount of people that she used to get, like this woman I knew, she used to get people that used to ring up, and it was like, oh, have you plugged it into the wall? Oh no. Like, you will get so many fucking people. Like, but that's the reason why they put it there. Because of the fact that they fucking know. They know that a lot of people won't even plug it in and be like, oh, it's not turning on. Well, you haven't plugged it in. It's crazy, right? These things are put in these manuals for a fucking reason. And it's the same thing with health and safety. You would think a lot of people would be like, don't stick that fork in the toaster or something, but people do. Oh, that's all bollocks, Jiv. That is such bollocks. Playing Fortnite, like, same thing when they was doing game ratings in the 90s. But yeah, what got me at the time, right, with the whole EU thing, conservatives and everything, is it's just been one fuck up after another. It's been one fuck up or U-turn or backtracking or, like, for those that don't know, there's this probably some, like, anyone outside the UK doesn't know that there is a welfare system here in the UK. And basically that was meant to be there was a new version of it called Universal Credit, which has systematically made so many people homeless, destitute. I mean, you're talking people, right? This whole new disability regime and everything that they're doing has left people with leukemia. You're talking unoperable brain tumors and God knows what else, penniless. Literally, you have to prove it, even though you will, like, medically have everything on you. You know, you will still have to prove it. You still have to go to their meetings, and they can cut you off at any time. Doesn't matter how sick you are or whatever you say. You know, but the thing is not only is it not fully implemented, this was meant to be fully implemented back in 2012. It is 6 years late. It's going to cost everyone more to run it than any other fucking system. The IT division and public servants and God knows how many others have come out, and you've even got councils now across England fighting this new reform because it doesn't work. And they've been told time and time again, it's the same fucking thing. It's just one blunder after a fucking another. I wouldn't mind, but it's just the track record with these people. I really wouldn't mind the track record with these people, and they want me to turn around and go, oh, we're the best for England. It's like, nah. I mean, it goes further. I could probably talk for hours about this, but it has been one fucking blunder after another. Where basically, like, they've even implemented rules. These are how fucking evil that these people are, right? They had homeless people spikes at first until someone kicked up a fuss about the homeless people spikes, right? These spikes are like, can be up to 2.5 inches long, these spikes, and they're put across buildings, underneath, what are they called? Basically, like, these things are meant to prevent homeless people, but they're used in the most spiteful fucking ways. Then someone kicked up a fuss about it. So you guess what they did? They put sprinklers there. And not your typical fire sprinklers. Just sprinklers, just to put water down buildings and shit like that. So basically, they have literally found people, homeless people, frozen, no shit, frozen outside of these public buildings. And, so they got rid of those. So what did they do? So they told the councils to take away their sleeping bags. To take away their sleeping bags. Because of public fucking image. That was it. So not only have they spiked them, they have fucking frozen some people to death, and now they take away their sleeping bags. There was one person that is literally not... Right? There was one person, right? I shit you not. And this happened literally a village over from where I live. And this happened a couple of weeks ago. One guy, he was homeless. So, on this very day, he gets his sleeping bag taken from him, and then someone, a member of the public, right, a tradesman, sprays this guy and paints him. And guess what? The homeless guy dies that very fucking night. Because he had no sleeping bag, because he had nowhere to fucking go. Because they've been closing YMCAs and God knows what else all over this fucking country. They've been closing down homeless shelters all over the fucking place, to the point where fire services are opening, like last Christmas around my village, right? The fire services were opening up their garages to let homeless people sleep in their fire service garage, and they got in trouble for that. Not that the fire service gave a shit anyway, but, you know, that is how fucking bad this country is. That is how fucking fucked up this country is. Where they are ordered to take away homeless people's fucking sleeping bags. Don't know about you, but that's not a government I fucking want to vote for. I might not get political, I might not get too political on this channel every now, but believe me, I do keep my fucking ear to the ground with this shit. Believe me, I fucking do. Yours fucking truly right here, had an assessment for disability, right? Had an assessment for disability on policies that were thrown out, but my shit wasn't reinstated. Even though I was judged on those policies. I went to court and everything. Still got fucked up. And guess what? The man who made those policies was a pedophile. But the Prime Minister didn't like the way that the police investigated him, even though he was a well-known fucking pedophile. That is how fucked up this country is right now. And another thing that is so fucked up, right? Let me put it this way. Everyone knows about Grenfell Tower, right? Everyone knows about Grenfell Tower. That fucking place went up like setting fire to a box of matches, right? Do you know the difference it would have cost to have non-flammable cladding to flammable cladding? The difference would have been, right, for that building, right, and that's just one of several that has had all this work done, right? The difference between the non-flammable cladding, right, was $5,000. $5,000. yet they didn't want to pay it. And they're still homeless, those people that lost their homes. They're still homeless. That's how fucked this fucking country is now. And it's just, I could go on for hours and hours and hours about how much that they have fucked up so many things. They will take away disabled people's fucking cars and still expect them to go to work. How? I don't fucking know. There is just so much that has happened just these 10 years that make me ashamed to be British. Ashamed in so many fucking ways and really fucking pissed off as fuck with this country. And I am fucking loving watching them squirm. I am loving it every fucking second. I am loving it because for the first time in like a fucking decade, they are finally feeling the fucking pressure of this shit. Fuck them all, and I'm glad that they're burning. The amount of times that I have said some fucked up shit, you know. And the worst thing is, the amount of times that the reply that I have gotten back is, oh, that's such a common story. Like, really? That's a common story? Like, I can't obviously go into too much detail, but the amount of times that I hear, oh, it's a common story, I'm like, why is that a common story? Should that really be a common story? To hear that someone's, like, some poor fucker. Like, because the stereotype with, like, homeless people is that they're drug addicts or they're alcoholics, blah, blah, blah. They're just, 9 times out of 10, they're just people that have had a curve thrown at them in life and they've not been able to recover. And the amount of fucking fucked up shit. But that's a common story. And I'm like, that shouldn't be a common story. We're the 5th wealthiest country in the whole fucking world. That shouldn't be common. I'm not saying you're ever going to be able to 100% eradicate everything, but the fact is that shit like that is common. Are you fucking kidding me? And people are like, oh, why is everyone giving her so much shit? Because this fucking deal and everything that she's done is going to make us worse off. At the end of the fucking day, it's going to make us worse off. Worse than we already are. And I'm just like, fuck that noise. Fuck that. I'm going to finish it off now with this lovely little political rant of mine. But I think one of the most shocking things I've ever heard from this government is that there was a public servant about a year ago that left his job, like threw away everything, his pension, everything. He'd been working the job for over about 40-50 years. He'd been a public servant. And the reason why he left is because, literally, he said that the government, Conservatives, Theresa May, wanted to bring in some new policies. And he left his job because basically he said he had not seen anything like that since, like, World War II. You know, he had not seen anything like that since those times, and he obviously rejected it. But he left his job because he was like, I don't want anything to do with this. And that again is a common story. Left, right, and center. To me, that's incredibly, incredibly shocking. Anyway, back to Zelda. Sorry about that, but it's not often that I get very political on here, but fuck me. It's like this... The shit that's been happening past decade has been incredibly, incredibly shocking. And all could have been prevented. That's the worst thing. That, like, there was a decision made back in like 2009 or 10 which could have prevented all of this. That was the coalition. Fucking crazy.
Yeah, we stabbed it. We stabbed it. We've been watching you from that forest. Into the swamp filled with poison water. Woodfall Temple across the swamp strange. But me now able to find temple entrance. Temple for Deku only. Ah, okay. Brother in palace. He and swamp in big danger. Okay. Oh, Christ.
Sorry if I've completely killed the atmosphere of the stream, but it's just how I feel about a lot of things. Shit, I'm gonna lose all my rupees and everything. But the thing is, Jiv, alright, I think one of the most horrible things that I've read, and this only happened about a month or two ago, and considering how fresh some things were for me, basically this government has spent, right, what, like, about 300 million, right, on building ways. And I shit you not, this is very true. This shocked the shit out of me. This was found out from a Freedom of Information request, where basically this government has spent about 300 million pounds, right? 300 million pounds about on finding ways of legally taking away disabled people's right to their money, to income. 300 million, pretty much close to. And I'm just like, 300 million, it would be cheaper even at full rate disability. It would be cheaper just to give it. That could support hundreds of thousands, and you would still have money to spare. 300 million, I think it was one time in less than a year, and finding ways of stopping disabled people from getting healthcare, from their money, from income, anything. And I'm just like, and that, shamefully, and that's just one area. That's just one area. And they've been doing it all over for years. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Are you absolutely fucking kidding me? Where people with leukemia, inoperable brain tumors, and God knows what else, things that can happen to fucking anyone, sitting here right now, happen to anyone. And it's like you're one accident away, you know, and they do that. And people are wondering why I'm like, oh, I'm that sort of shit scares the fuck out of me. Especially in a man in my position. I'm like, that's fucking ludicrous. And I was speaking about that new welfare system, which has been known to basically target everyone, especially if you're like a single parent, or if you're another person of different color and things like that. If you're foreign. It's been proven several fucking times. And they can stop your money. They can stop all of your income for up to 2 years. 2 years. Don't know about you, but I don't know much of anyone that can live off of nothing for 2 years. That's why it makes me sick, dude. Believe me, even though I don't like to be political and Christ knows what else on this channel or on my Discord or anything like that, believe me, I keep my ear to the ground with a lot of things. And it makes me ill. It makes me sick to my fucking stomach. I mean, I even saw a couple which were like hardcore fucking conservatives at one point in their life, and unfortunately the lady of that relationship had a heart attack, and thinking that she would be all right and everything, she had to, you know, claim and everything. And they were basically saying that she walked in there and she was completely fine and nothing was wrong with her and God knows what else. Let alone she had medical evidence, which they can, and they do, right? They can at any point, even if you've already got a claim or whatever, you know, they can completely disregard your evidence. They don't even phone your doctor. Or anything. They can disregard it at any time and stop everything. No warning, no assessment, nothing. They can just stop it, boom. Just because they wanted to disregard your medical evidence. It's that sick. That's why I'm loving watching them squirm. I hope if one of them has a breakdown for just 10 minutes, that's just justified enough for literally destroying families, killing people, taking away homeless people's sleeping bags, and doing so much shit that has been completely unnecessary, completely unwarranted. I mean, the EU, right, recently brought over someone to do an assessment on these sort of things, because that's what, believe it or not, the EU actually does, is keeps this government in check. Well, not enforcing it, but still keeping it all in check. And every single time they've come over here, they've gone, it's absolutely dire. There was one literally that was about a month and a half ago that came over here and said basically that he has not seen anything like this since Bosnia. If anyone remembers that in the 90s. And he said that it's all political. There is no financial reason that they do this. It's all political. And it just makes me sad and sick. And ashamed. It really does, because there's no reason for any of it. There's no reason whatsoever. And I'm not saying that Labour is better, or this is better, or that is better, but the fucking system that we have now is bullshit. And there's got to be some fucking change. I'm not here to, sway you to vote for anything else. I'm not here to do anything like that. I'm just literally pointing out the fucking crap that's been going on for years. Like, I remember back in 2008 when the 80s were in and everyone wanted to be back in the 80s, and it was like the thing. And I remember when all the riots were happening in London around 2009 and 10, because I was in the middle of them. I was out there fucking protesting with all of them. And not smashing up buildings or anything. That was no thanks to fucking anarchists and everything like that. But I remember this one guy saying that it is literally like the destitution of the 80s all over again, and worse. It's all coming back, and I'm just like, yeah, everyone wants the fashion of the 80s, but when the real ugliness of why all of everything was like that comes knocking at the door. And it's true. I remember, and it's so fucking true, because I remember saying back then that no one's gonna bother until it basically affects their Netflix, and it's doing way more than that. Like, it comes down to everything, to even your mobile phone contract. This is the sort of shit that's really involved. You know, there's so much fucking more to a slice of fucking bread. It's insane. Yeah, Jiv, you was living in Croydon at that time, weren't you? So was I. And where I lived, I remember when all that kicked off, and I had a video, and I still have it somewhere, and you could see the tops of the flames and the smoke and everything. At least a stone's throw away from where I lived. And that was a scary time because I remember going to London to do the marches, and then the riots kicked off. And the worst thing is, I remember going out for the night at a club, and I still had my little picket with me and everything. I put it in the cloakroom, and Christ knows what else. Being surrounded by a bunch of toffs at the time, like toffee people. That's why I stopped going there. That's why I don't miss going out to these places full of the toffs at the time, trying to pretend it would be the 80s. Oh, I have my university diploma. Everything's gonna be fine for me. You were fucked over first than anyone, you know. So you've got those people that have grown up and are now pissed off with them, which is great. But I remember, like, being around all these wannabe snobs. They're like, ew, my train was inconvenienced. And I'm like, oh, I'm fucking sorry. I'm so fucking sorry. Like, I'll tell the 3 or 4 million people and more whose lives are going to be affected that their train was inconvenienced because they were trying to not have this crap. You know. And I remember coming back home, and the very next day, I was very, very afraid because I met some Scottish people, and I was so worried about them, everything. Not too long before, and I was really worried about them trying to get the coach back. Fortunately, they made it back, and I just remember the very next day having the riots literally outside my front door. That was fucking freaky. Like, the whole town was fucked up, and it took months to get that back, to get any sort of transport working properly back. It was that screwed up. Like, so many people were mad. I bet if they did exactly the same shit now, London would be fucking leveled right now. Honestly, the amount of civil unrest that's happening right now, if that same catalyst happened again, holy fuck, man, London would be leveled in a fucking hour. No amount of banning the God, I remember they had to stop BlackBerry Messenger and things like that because basically that's how a lot of people were coordinating, but that was a bit of a futile effort considering there was so many other messaging options at the time, and there's even more now. Oh boy. But seriously, there is a lot inside me that way, that the reason, for those that are probably just like, oh god, this is boring, this political crap, well, I do apologize, and I don't talk about it often, for the very reason, because the thing is that there are a lot of things that I hear, there are a lot of fucked up things that are happening in the UK, and if I sat here and spoke about every day, it would eat me alive. It would make me more ill than what I am today. I do apologize if if it's gotten a little bit too real in here, but it's shit that has basically destroyed. Like, it was one of the reasons why I left London, because one of the reasons why I had to move was because I couldn't afford to live in my hometown, and that is, I had to move away from my family and God knows what else. And shamefully, that's another common story, is so many things have been destroyed and fucked up. And it's not like it was like there was any reason for it to happen. What the fuck? I am not a monster. Spider's curse. It made me this way. I beg of you, in here. Find them all, the gold ones, the cursed spiders. Defeat them quickly. Some of the shit that's happened in the past 10 years is so fucked up. and it's not been necessary. That's the thing. Way. I just realised I haven't even had a heart piece or anything yet. But I've still got the same 3 lives. 3 hearts, I should say. How the fuck do I get out of here? Jesus Christ, I really need some fucking health. Come on, give me a heart piece. Oh, not one bugger is gonna give me a heart piece. Make me normal again. Realised I haven't saved in absolutely fucking ages. Please have something good down here. Ah, thank you. Oh, do I actually have a bottle? I do as well. Fuck. I wonder, hold on. Oh shit. Ah, it didn't work. Sometimes you can go back into an area like this and you can get the bottle. No more red fairies, god damn it. I remember when this game first came out, apparently there was a bug which meant that you actually could not make that back. Apparently there was a bug where you couldn't make that back. Yes, for fuck's sake, save. Okay, we go straight on to see the monkey. I kidnapped her, no matter how many times they say it. I'm not going to bring the princess back. If they're not careful, the princess will fall victim to a monster. Please believe my words. Did anyone ever see the Game Theory video of this game? Really fucking good, actually. Are you visiting? Usually I won't allow the likes of you in the royal chamber, but today is different. We're about to punish the foolish monkey who kidnapped the Deku princess. He has insulted the royal family. I'll show him what happens when you do that. That foolish monkey is up in that cage. Take a good look at his face. Get the cauldron ready. Burp, 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 burp. Was my brother right? Did you see the entrance to the cage? You know a secret route there. It's a secret route from outer garden entrance. But entrance in tall place. No can reach it. Need bean from beans to live beneath palace garden. Understand my meaning? Yes. Oh, you smart. Plant bean in soft place by outer garden. You figure out rest. Hurry, help brother. Okay. Well, that worked. Now you got no magic beans. Fuck. Goddamn scrubs. Dude. I need to be here. Think so. I hope not. Otherwise I'm fucked. Ah! Oh, this is the right place. Oh, it is! Oops. If you do not water, they will not grow. Why can't I plant it? But I can't water them. I can't water it. Oh shit. Oh, I think I know what I might have to do. I need the bottle. Well, I've got the bottle, but I can't use it. Can't use it with this water. It's poisoned. So I'd have to come back here. Okay, where's that ugly bastard at now? Oh, yeah, he's really fucking close. I think I might lose the bottle. Ooh, shit. Yeah, I think I'd have to go back in time. I have to go back in time. Hopefully I don't lose the bottle or anything, or the bean. Oh, I haven't lost the bean. They remain permanently planted there? First of all, let me get some more. Are you kidding me? I can't get it from here? Or do I have to buy a bottle of water? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, god damn it. Oh, alright everyone. I think I'm going to call it an end to my streaming tonight. I know that these streams have been very short. Well, not as long as I would usually like, but I can't help that at the moment. But I really do appreciate everyone's company tonight. Thank you very much for joining. I should be on again. I'm going to have to see how I am Friday, but I'm most likely going to be back on this weekend. I hope that you all have a good night or day wherever you are. I will let everyone know about what and when I'm streaming on my social media. Also, yeah, I hope I can come back Friday. If not, it will be Saturday. I'll see how I feel, because that's when all of this hospital crap is going to happen. But I hope that you have a good night or day wherever you are. And thank you again for your time. Take care, everyone. Have a good night or day wherever you are. And goodbye.